Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. I'm here live in the yacht at Monte Carlo and at the Grand Prix, right? I'm in the pipe, 5x5, right? Having a good time, trying to stay alive, right? And we're going to talk about top buying, right? Like, ever bought the top and regret it? We're going to talk about that today and how to manage that. Exactly, because actually I did buy a top one time, right? And I held through the top all the way with what was it? I would say it was a 95% loss on my money. So we're going to talk about that and how it feels, right? And what you can do to manage those feelings so that you can survive and thrive through these hard times, right? But I know how you feel right now. I know how you feel, right? It's like this. It's like this.
On my mark. 5.
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2. 1. Mark. Pipe 5x5.
Yeah, and you're suffering. You're suffering there for a second, right? You're like, what the heck? What was that all about, Da Vinci? That was not right. Don't want to go through that again. But you know, this is the market because we're Bitcoin is booting up to be a currency. And I'm sorry about the noise, that noise that's in the background. I can't really seem to get rid of it, and it might be a little bit annoying, but let's live with that for a little while. Hopefully it'll go away. Anyways, so what top did I buy? Well, it was back in 2011. And I felt really bad, man. I bought the top of 2011. I bought it actually at the exact top dollar, $32 per Bitcoin. I mean, I felt robbed, man. Robbed. I was like, oh, how stupid could I have been, man, to buy the exact top? I remember, like, being on the phone with one guy, right? Because it was so hard to get Bitcoins back then, right? And I had to, like, find people that had Bitcoins to sell it to them. And so I'd send them the money, right? And I send them, like, you know, like several thousands of dollars, right? To buy Bitcoin at $32. And I felt like really, really, really dumb. As the price started to drop, I never saw the $32 again until 2013. And yeah, it was rough. It was rough. But what made it worse, right, is that I saw it drop all the way to $2. $2. And I'm like, oh, man, no, man. Okay, fine. I'll just buy more. And I was going to buy more at the $2 bottom. It's just that I had to sell some silver and gold, and I was like busy with a whole bunch of stuff in life, and I missed that bottom, man, by that $2 bottom. That would have been a golden opportunity, of course. And yeah, I can't believe that, you know, looking back, I was like watching it at $7 for quite some time. I'm like, oh man, I can't buy the $7. Meanwhile, the Winklevoss twins were like loading up at that price, right? So yeah, there you go, right? I'm sure some people right now at this current price, they're thinking, wow, $32. You know what? I'm sure that noise is bothering you guys out there. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it is. But it is starting to really bother me. So let me see if I can move to another place. It might be a little bit louder, and my battery hopefully will hold out. Right? Let's just see it. And it's Wi-Fi. So let's see if the Wi-Fi doesn't kick out either. So let's hope. Let's be careful. Let's move this place. Let's move out of here and see if we can find a quieter place. Ooh, nearly lost the camera. There we go. So, anyways, yeah, I lost out. Yeah, it's just my road. Jesus. Can I use your room there? Thank you. Sorry. All right. Okay, yeah, there's a lot quieter in here. Let's see here. Just need a few lights. Thank you for letting me use your room. Alrighty. Well, so where was I? Yes, that's much better, right? No noise? Ah, yes. Okay, so bought Bitcoin at $2. Thought it was gonna be. Thought I was gonna buy Bitcoin at $2. Did not. Felt like a jack, right? When I missed it, and then didn't want to buy it at 7. Isn't that ridiculous? so, so don't be ridiculous like I was when Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's giving you a discount right now. So buy this dump, right? Right. Buy the dips from the dips who sell on the dips, right? Because you don't want to be the dumb guy who says, yeah, you know what, it was too expensive back then, so I didn't bother, right? Alrighty, guys. So I know a lot of you guys are panicking. I'm trying to, keep you guys back off, bring you back off the ledge. I know you're on your balconies. You're on the top of your floor of your large apartment building. And you're like, I'm just gonna jump. I'm just gonna jump. I lost everything. And whether you lost it all because you maybe you gambled on at a high leverage exchange, or maybe you just feel that you dumped a bunch of money in Bitcoin at the top and in cash, and then you're holding this at the top here. Maybe you feel like that, but Bitcoin is not going anywhere. It can't be stopped. It is the ultimate of money. It's going to replace our current financial system that we have right now, and you need to hold. I know it's hard. I know you're feeling like, oh man, I got scammed by this thing. I bought this thing up here at $70,000 or $64,000, really, and you're like, oh, what am I gonna do with these coins that I bought, right? And I can show you something, what some people are probably already doing, right now. Let me just show you. Okay, hello Coinbase. Somebody used my credit card to buy a Bitcoin at 67,000. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. It reminds me of a time when I was able to buy Bitcoins with PayPal back in 2011. The guy actually had to stop because people did this exact same thing. They called up PayPal for chargebacks. That's just rude and criminal. Well. Oh well. Anyways, wow, there's like 1,000 of you guys watching this live stream, right? Let's just head over to your questions and answer now. Now that we've talked about my top buying, and tell me exactly what you guys want to know and what you want to see, right? Screw Elon and China. Yeah, but you know what? Those guys didn't do anything. They did not bring the price down. It's just the fact that as human beings, we always look for reasons for when something happens that doesn't seem to be right, and the price was going to do that no matter what. Like I've said, right, when we were talking about this in the charts, right? Let me bring up the charts again, right? We're talking about this possibility here, right? That once we break down to here around the $41,000 mark, and we break that, it's lights out. And what happened? Lights out, right? I didn't think it was that fast, but it was that fast. It was lights out. So whether or not, it's like, again, show me the chart and I'll show you the news, right? You were going to find something. This was happening no matter what, but you were going to find something in the news to explain this, right? It's just, that's human nature. Now, it doesn't mean that the news caused this, right? People were going to sell anyways at this level. And then this cascading effect caused more selling because of the leverage buyers, right, had to get out. And a lot of people who actually, use Bitcoins to, from BlockFi, they borrowed it from BlockFi, they borrowed them from different places where they allow you to lend your Bitcoins. Those people got liquidated, and they needed to come back with their Bitcoin or more cash, and so they had to either sell their Bitcoins, or and then get it back, right? So it was it's been a nightmare, right, for those people who are like holding with leverage, but that's the way it is, right? Some people actually, some people actually like put in their bitcoins, got some cash, right, because they were lending the bitcoins. No, they were borrowing against their bitcoins. Sorry, let me rephrase. They're borrowing against their bitcoins, and they were getting cash for those bitcoins, right? Because they borrowed against the bitcoins, and maybe they borrowed like 50% ratio. So, for example, they at $60,000, right? They loaned out they gave their bitcoins to BlockFi, and they said, hey, let me have $30,000, right? And so once it dropped below 50% mark, they had to come up with the cash, or they sold their bitcoins, and that's exactly what happened here. So BlockFi and all those places where you lent, where you gave them your bitcoins to, so that you can get cash to most likely even buy more bitcoins, you probably got liquidated here in this dump heavily. And I think this was planned for that event, and not by China, not by Elon Musk, right, or any of those guys. They are just the reason for what this scam week was done for. This was already planned a long time ago by somebody in the elite force, right, to get rid of any weak hands or anybody that was highly leveraged. And yeah, they're all gone now. Those highly leveraged people are gone, and those coins are gone to, for example, J.P. Morgan or the Goldman Sachs, or a lot of different places that that want to buy bitcoins, but didn't want to buy at the top. They can't buy tops. They're not allowed to buy tops. The institutions, they're not allowed. They cannot buy up moving markets. They can't do it. They could only buy down moving markets, and so they manipulate prices to get it down. They do it in multiple different ways, and this is why we're here today. Alrighty, let's see here. How many people are in this chat right now? Let's see here. 1,500 and growing. Alrighty, guys. Let's see here. Planned before, yep. It's all planned, right? Especially when you're dealing with high finance, right? They plan to wipe people out that are highly leveraged, right? Over and over again. So, and since bitcoins are limited, right? They have to get them from somewhere easier. And that's from the highly leveraged speculators is the easiest way to do that. Is the bull run over? No, the bull run is not over. Yes, a 50% correction is huge, but not unprecedented for Bitcoin. Let's see here. The smartest breaking in out. Okay, let's see. Ethereum thoughts. Well, Ethereum probably the same, probably even more so. You can see that this was like brutal. This went down so far. There must have been like a lot. They had to liquidate people deep into Ethereum, because a lot of people probably went with a large amount of like cushion in their Ethereum buy, because Ethereum had huge dips in the past of 40% or more. And so, yeah, somebody probably went 60% and they still got liquidated or something like that, most likely, as they probably sold ahead of the liquidation in order to get those coins into cash. So yeah, I think a lot of people got burned that borrowed against their Ethereum here, and probably even especially with what's it called, MakerDAO. Oof, Jesus, man. A lot of MakerDAO liquidations probably occurred during this time. What I'd like to see some statistics on that. I bet you they're gathering it right now. Anyway, so what are we doing right here? Well, Ethereum's on its way back up, right? It's finished clearing all these people. Expect some sort of rechecking of this lower level here probably before we actually go up, most likely, and then a bounce from there before we continue higher. Now this could continue this higher a little bit up to the this this support that has now going to be turned resistance before we come back and check. So keep an eye out for that going forward. A break above the resistance, and yes, which is the $3,200 break above the $3,200 resistance level, could bring us a lot higher. I'm going to bring not a lot higher, but about 3,500 before we see a correction. If we bring this down, let's take a look at the fibs on this. Let's see what's going on. Look at that. Look where the 61.8 is. Yeah, at the $3,500 mark. So that's an important level. I expect that to be tested and a bounce off of that, a reversal from that level, for sure at this point. So yeah, look for that either right away or later as we W out here. So expect a little bit of resistance at the 61.8 as a clear point to watch for. Okay, what else do you guys have for me? I'm going to answer one more question, and then we're going to wrap it up for today. And I want to head out and, enjoy Monaco, because Monaco is beautiful. And this Monte Carlo with the races, the car races, is pretty awesome, right? Especially being here on the ship. Okay. Let's see here. Da Vinci, is the start of the alt season in like January 2018? Good question, because I had a lot of discussion, a debate with with people here, crypto people here. Of course, you know who they are: Carl from Moon, right? Chris, right? And Alex and Mo. Right, they were here, and we were discussing whether or not the altcoins season is over. Carl's of the opinion that it's dead, it's over, it's gone. Of course, right? He's an altcoin max, he's a Bitcoin maxi a bit, so you have to accept that. But I really think that we're going to head back up to this trend line, this longer term trend line, which I've drawn. Yeah, let me just bring, actually it should be a little bit further down. There we go. Let's see here. Or maybe not. Let's see here. Let's see if I can line this up a little bit better. Cleaner, because I lined it up on the weekly. So let's line this thing up on the daily. Yeah, that should do her. So that's much better. That trend line looks cleaner. So a bounce on, we're going to head back up on to bounce off of this trend line. Now, if we chop, we could chop sideways still, but I doubt that. The selection, that's unlikely, because we've done that over here. It's most likely we're going to reverse up, come back down, reverse back up, and fail over time. So expect that over the next at least 2 or 3 months, unfortunately. That means alt season is, winter's here for, I wouldn't call it hardcore winter, but there's going to be a little bit of a winter coming for alts, to be honest. So yeah, you're going to have to suffer through. But at the same time, this gives you plenty of opportunity, if you're a little old lady-er, to start buying alts at a low valuation, to start doing this. All right, watch this, Link. Let's just say Link, Link should have just taken off, but oh well. The little lady, she's always gets opportunities when she's patient. This is an opportunity now for you. An opportunity you should not miss out. You draw your fibs, and this is where you buy. 61.8, right here. You drop it right there. Or you drop it and you add more at the 78.6. What's that price? That's almost 60,000 sats. That's your opportunity now. This is your opportunity during this short-term bear cycle to pick up some alts on the cheap. Maybe we can get even maybe your Dogecoin on the cheap. I bet you're discounted, heavily discounted. There it is. The little old lady's got some discount. Bargain basement discount. Wow. That was quick, man. It came right back. Didn't give you much time to get a discount on this. But I would not be interested in getting this until we come back to the 61.8 down here before you even consider buying some, and only buy a little bit at that, right? Because yeah, we're near the end of the cycle. I mean, it's this is the end of this short-term cycle, right? And you don't want to buy tops, right? So this is where, and you can see what do we see here? What do we see here? Yes, the market is smiling at you, so expect this to come down even here, or you could also nibble down here as well. 78.6 is a good point to add some, because there's going to be some scam wicks down here, so you might as well throw in a stink bid at 290 sats, 291, 93. But you don't want to put it at exactly at the 78.6 because there's just so many people interested in buying this thing up rapidly as soon as it drops. So yeah, it's not over for this. It's not over. The alt season is just temporarily taking a rest. So expect big things to come going forward. All right. Well, thank you all for coming and watching. Thank you for being a part of the show. I hope I calmed everyone down, because we're still in the pipe, 5 by 5, right? Staying alive, right? And yeah, remember, Bitcoin's real. Bitcoin's here to stay, and you need to be a part of it. Cheers, people.